Christmas Eve, 1971. A plane explodes mid-air over the Amazon. 92 people on board. 91 die instantly. One 17-year-old girl falls 10,000 feet still strapped to her seat and wakes up alive in the deadliest jungle on Earth. What happened to her over the next 11 days is the greatest survival story you've never heard. Picture this: the Amazon. Christmas Eve, 1971. A plane carrying 92 people. Families, friends, a 17-year-old girl named Juliane Koepcke rips apart at 10,000 feet. Lightning strikes the wing. Fuel explodes. 91 souls vanish into the green void below. But Juliane? Strapped to her seat, she plummets 3 kilometers through thunderclouds and wakes up alive in the world's deadliest jungle. Broken collarbone, gashed arm crawling with maggots, no food, no shoes, 1 sandal. The Amazon, 33 million insects per square mile, jaguars that hunt in silence, piranhas that strip flesh in seconds. She should have died in hours. Instead, she walked for 11 days, following a river her zoologist mother taught her about. But what she found along the way, the bodies of her companions, and what the jungle did to them, is so horrifying, even rescue teams turned away. This is the true story of the girl who fell from the sky, and the rainforest that tried to eat her alive. The one survival miracle scientists still can't explain. Juliane Koepcke wasn't some tourist lost in the wild. Born in 1954 to German zoologists Maria and Hans Wilhelm Koepcke in Lima, Peru. Her parents were pioneers, studying birds, bats, and the Amazon's hidden life. At age 3, they moved to Panguana, a makeshift research station deep in the Peruvian rainforest. No roads, no electricity, just tents, mosquito nets, and the constant roar of 50,000 insect species. Juliane grew up barefoot, trapping butterflies, dissecting frogs, learning to identify snake bites by scent. Her mother Maria's rule: if you're lost, find water. Rivers lead to people. By 14, Juliane was a junior researcher, netting birds at dawn, cataloging plants that could kill or cure. The jungle was her classroom and her home. But on December 24th, 1971, Christmas Eve, everything shattered. Juliane, fresh from high school graduation in Lima, boarded LANSA Flight 508 with Maria, bound for Panguana to join her father for the holidays. LANSA was notorious: crashes, poor maintenance, but they had no choice. Takeoff from Lima, smooth. 60 minutes in, over the endless green sea of the Amazon basin, the storm hit. 3:20 p.m. Turbulence tosses the plane like a leaf. Lightning cracks the sky and strikes the left wing. Fuel ignites. The wing shears off. The fuselage rips in half. Screams echo as seats detach. Bodies fly. Juliane grips Maria's hand. Her mother's final words: "This is it, Juliane. Stay calm." Then, the void. Juliane is ejected, still strapped to row 19, falling 10,000 feet through storm clouds. No parachute, no control. The canopy rushes up, a green wall of vines and thorns. Branches snap her fall one by one like a net of knives. She crashes through, seat and all, into the mud. Silence. Pain explodes. Broken collarbone, gashed right arm, torn knee ligament, concussion. One shoe gone, glasses shattered, vision blurred. She unbuckles, crawls free, and calls for Maria. No answer. Just the jungle. Alive. Buzzing. Watching. Juliane lies there for hours, disoriented, bleeding. The forest floor is a soup of decay, rotting leaves, fungi, death. Her arm wound festers. Flies lay eggs. By morning, maggots. 35 of them, wriggling like white rice in her flesh. She remembers her father's trick from Panguana, gasoline from wreckage. Pours it on, watches them squirm out, counts them. One by one, no food, no water. Thirst burns. Maria's rule: the river. A small stream nearby. She drinks, maggots be damned. Filters through her skirt. Day 2. Fever hits. Hallucinations. Voices calling her name. Shadows in the vines. Day 3. First body. A row of seats sunk in mud. 3 women still strapped in, heads above ground, bodies swallowed by earth. One was her seatmate. Their skin, moving, crawling. Maggots, beetles, the jungle's recyclers. Juliane runs or tries. Blisters burst on her bare feet, vines snag like traps. Day 5, starvation claws. She eats nothing but river water and a few hallucination berries that make her vomit. Wounds infected, fever dreams of Maria calling from the trees. Day 6, more wreckage, a severed leg in the canopy, a hand clutching a rosary. The jungle feasts, ants march over flesh, flies lay eggs in eyes, vultures circle waiting, birds peck at soft tissue, piranhas in streams strip bones. Nothing rots in the Amazon, it gets consumed. Day 8, voices, real ones? No, echoes. She follows a larger river, spots a hut. Inside, 3 skeletons at a table, smoked remains from 1953, German missionaries lost like her. One collapsed inward, hollowed by larvae from inside, the Amazon's slow digestion. Juliane screams and presses on, barefoot, bleeding, but moving. Day 11, delirious, barely crawling. Barefoot blisters raw. She stumbles into a lumberjack camp. 3 men freeze. A ghost girl, half-blind, maggot-riddled. They think she's a forest spirit, but she speaks German. They feed her boiled bananas, pour gasoline on wounds, burning maggots out. She screams for hours, canoe to village, plane to hospital, back at the crash site. The truth. 91 dead, bodies scattered over 10 square kilometers, many half-buried, half-eaten, maggots hollowed torsos, vultures picked eyes, jaguars dragged limbs. Juliane's companions, devoured, the jungle's cleanup. Juliane survived, but the Amazon took her mother and innocence. At 70, she runs Panguana, studying the creatures that tried to eat her. Her book, When I Fell from the Sky, is her scar. Some jungles never let go. Smash like if you'd last one day. Comment 11 days if this chilled you. Subscribe for more. Next, the sailor who survived 438 days at sea. Veins of the past, where survival leaves scars. Stay alive.